spin that open. And now we have the freshest coffee in all of LA.
Hi, I'm Mark Brownfelder with Boing Boing TV, and I'm here at the headquarters of Intelligentsia Coffee in Los Angeles. And I'm here with the manager of Espresso Research and Development, Kyle Glanville. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing well. How are you, Mark?
Fine, thanks. Kyle is going to show us around, show us beans as they arrive in the bags from all over the world, the roasting process. So let's get to it.
Awesome. Coffee arrives at the warehouse here in these jute sacks. You see a lot of these kinds of prints when you visit Bolivia. This particular coffee is called Angelinaka, which basically is a name for a project that we've instituted along with a mill in Carnavi, Bolivia. We have a whole sort of lineup of lots of different coffees. We focus our efforts on Latin America and East Africa, particularly.
Is the best kind of coffee comes from those places?
Generally, yes. And also, you know, sort of as a relatively small company, we need to focus on places where we feel like potential is high and it won't take a lot to realize it. This is from El Salvador, which is a country that's capable of producing great coffees. They have the infrastructure, they have altitude, everything sort of going on. So here's the green coffee. This is how it arrives to us. You'll notice that this has a very uniform color. The beans are of uniform size, shape.
It doesn't smell anything like coffee.
Yeah, no, it smells, my sort of, I like to say sort of barnyardy. It's like a sweet grass or wheat or hay.
Wheatgrass,
But
it's nice though, it's a pleasant smell.
Yeah, and once you get used to it, you can stick your nose in one of these barrels and say, ah, yes, that's gonna be fabulous. Or, oh, get that out of here.
Now there's the saying that there are two different kinds of beans, the Robusta and the...
Robusta and Arabica.
Is that true that there are two strains like that?
Yes.
And Robusta has a bad rap.
Robusta, deservedly so, has a bad rap. Robusta tends to exhibit some unfortunate flavor characteristics. So we are an Arabica-only coffee roaster. Within those two sorts of families, you actually have thousands of different varieties of coffees.
We've got all these green beans here, and then they go to this amazing looking machine.
Yeah, they're all sort of lined up like little soldiers here.
This roaster looks like it's not new. It looks like an old machine that's been lovingly restored. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
It is.
Heritage?
This machine was built in 1940. It's called Gotthard Roaster. It's a German company. And we spent several months last winter, or the winter before, restoring this machine bolt by bolt. And doing all the painting and all the sort of crazy little custom logo stuff and antiquing, but also sort of retrofitting it with the most up-to-date techno wizardry we could find. There's a certain sort of mysterious quality to these old German roasters. They just produce across the board, are capable of producing sweeter, better tasting coffee.
What we're going to do is roast some Brazilian coffee. We're going to load the beans into our grain lift here. What's happening now is the beans are coming up down this pipe here. We're doing 30 pounds of coffee. Just open this door here. Coffees are sliding in now. The beans are now inside the roaster, starting to roast. You can see the temperature here is starting to drop as the beans absorb the heat. You can actually see the beans tumbling around inside. I'll actually be keeping a minute-by-minute log of what we do. We're looking to roast this coffee for around 14 to 15 minutes. And as we go along, I'll be just checking the colour of the beans. So you can see the beans have still got their green colour. Eventually, as they come up to temperature, they'll start to lose that colour. The chlorophyll will actually start to be heated out. This probe here is measuring what the bean temperature is. So the idea is we want to have a more heat around the outside of the drum than actually what's happening inside of the drum. The theory is that that's going to keep a lot of the flavours and the sweetness inside the coffee. And what will start to happen, the cell structure within the bean itself will start to collapse. Paralysis happens and the bean will actually crack and start to make a popping noise. You can hear that now. If I open that up. All that chaff there, that's just produced, that's a byproduct of the coffee as it expands. We actually have to spin the handle quite hard to try and get the coffee beans open. It opens up the drum on the inside and everything will just fall out onto the cooler here. We want the beans to be cooled within 4 minutes. So this is actually going to pull air through. I'll turn the fan on now. You can hear that, the air starting to suck through the gauze here. A little bit longer, pushing it a little bit longer, it's 14 minutes. That looks about right now. Just spin that open. And now we have the freshest coffee in all of LA, probably right now. It just agitates the beans so they make sure they all cool down evenly.
So the coffee's been roasted, and say you want to make a blend like the Black Cat Espresso blend.
Yeah.
This is what you use to blend?
Yeah, this is actually called a food-grade cement mixer. So it could be used for cement or for food. Dumping coffee in, dumping coffee out. This is a device that I don't even understand. It dispenses the properly weighed amount of coffee. So these are 5-pound bags, and so we'll choose to weigh this out. This is actually the Black Cat.
Yeah. Is that your most popular?
By an order of magnitude, yes.
What are the different coffees?
Well, it changes all the time, which is something that is oftentimes very scary for people to hear. But for us, we sort of focus on seasonality, so it's a natural thing that has to happen.
Great stuff.
Yeah, it's good. An artist named Momani, which is not to be confused with Mo Money, put together a really beautiful graphic for us to display on our bags, and we're really proud. And it's really cool that sort of coincided with us opening this and the mark being called The Angels. It's just kind of really holds a special place for all of us in Los Angeles.